A whip in the tail of the empowered consumer. The customer is always right is an incredibly powerful adage that has managed to resist change. No longer are customers merely right, but they know best and have the power to be heard. Production practices have shifted from not simply catering to the mass market but to meet added incentives offered by short chains of densely located value. The influence of wagging the long tail has become a defining feature of marketing initiatives that successfully attract attention and draw consumers in. The interesting development is that these high-value segments have the capacity and potential to lead mass markets. Customers are potential ringleaders wielding ever longer whips. FNB is the new leader in South African banking services, but how did that come to be? Steve is surely not all-powerful. The set of new innovative ideas he is peddling evidently are. These are precisely the kind of initiatives that a bank's customers value and, more importantly, are willing to break age-old loyalties to take advantage of. Good ideas are immediately persuasive. The question is, how do you match so precisely these ideas with services people actually want? The answer is really quite simple. You listen to your customer. If you have ever tried to listen to someone in a crowd, or worse still tried to be heard, you are familiar with the problem. It's these same problems that have CEOs calling for a more accurate understanding of the consumer. Not in terms of understanding the broad market, but on the level of a one-to-one relational conversation. These conversations, however, compete for attention, are vastly diverse, and occur on simultaneous, multidimensional, ever-expanding scales. Production is shifting how people perceive business, and the individual increasingly expects to be heard. While the apparatus of listening to your customer is being caught up in the crowd, the value of the gathering is being lost. The big data generated by a more social web freely engaging with brands, communicating what they like, refusing what they don't, and lampooning what they dislike is becoming increasingly hard to comprehend. This is because there is perpetually so much of it. IBM's recent C-suite study of CMOs and CEOs outlined a shift in business practice that acutely highlights the need for businesses to forge closer, more productive relationships with customers. In fact, CEOs are investing more in capturing and correctly processing customer insights than on anything else. The obvious challenge for the less than technically equipped chief marketing officer is how to develop systems that facilitate this flow of information that comes to embody innovative products that capture the competitive edge. What the study revealed was that, quite simply, CMOs are not immediately ready. Shifting consumer demographics, increased mobility, and the coming together of a technologically social culture with the explosion of big data has provided credence to Larry Schmidt's claim that we were not ready for the technological revolution that is currently unfolding. Such research has prompted IBM to develop and acquire a range of tools to plug the gap in the market and assist CEOs in finding ways to connect employees, customers, and partners in networks that generate value. Not only will customers buy what they like, but they will publicize their satisfaction when you give it to them the way they want it. IBM's Unica range of products is specifically geared to pinpointing and distilling the kinds of ideas that lead markets. While taking gauge of the depth and breadth of cross-channel communication as well as contradictory behavior, feedback solutions orchestrate a detailed, nuanced, and above all comprehensible flow of information. Sifting for gold is necessarily complex, yet what becomes available for analysis, innovation, and product development is essentially the difference between being competitive or drowned in the deluge of information. Describing the current climate of brand interaction and shifting business practices as being purposed for and by value generation is not altogether an inaccurate description of what is happening. It is as if taking a cue from Toyota's lean manufacturing of the 1970s that the customer has finally been looped into the collaborative design process. Collaboration more akin to shop discussion in determining more efficient and value-focused products tailored to fit specific customers' exact needs and desires. Increasingly, customers, employees, and producers are seeking the same thing, which makes for a better kind of value experience and more valued business.